Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of a fat activist claiming that their principal fat-shamed them at their school, as well as their own doctor. What? We've heard a lot of fat-shaming stories on this channel, but the principal of the school? You were supposed to set an example for everyone else. We're also going to be taking a look at a couple of bonus clips from this same creator, including one where they claim to have a restrictive ED. I'm sorry for my very white, blinding shirt. I have to get this thing in the rotation somewhere. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. Oh yeah, this is the same person from a couple videos back that said when they went to the gym they noticed how everybody else stinks, but they don't.
I can't remember a time in my life when being fat did not dictate the narrative of how my life went.
Let's not see that as any kind of warning sign.
And I mean that in the sense that when I was 6 and my dad passed away of a heart attack.
Very sorry to hear that.
I remember physicians telling me that I needed to lose weight so that I didn't end up like my dad.
Dude, stop. That never happened. No. So you're telling me that your father passed away, and right after he passed away, the doctors are like, all right, little girl, really sorry about your old man there. By the way, you better lose weight. Otherwise, you're going to end up just like him. Like, dude, stop. That never happened. Otherwise, you're going to end up just like him. Like, I refuse to believe that anybody is that much of a jerk. Nobody would say that to a 6-year-old. If that did happen, I'm sorry, but I swear that didn't happen.
I mean that in the sense that my elementary school principal spent years forcing me to take walks during lunch, and
I also don't believe any of this story.
Instead of hanging out with friends after I was done eating, controlling what I was eating during said lunches.
Yeah, I've never heard of any of this. Never heard of a principal getting personally involved with a student's exercise and eating. So first you said he makes you take walks during the lunch, and now you said he controls what you eat during the lunch. Which is it? Or was he making you walk and controlling what you eat during lunch at the same time?
Requiring me to go to after-school Zumba classes that my family had to pay for.
See, it just gets more and more unbelievable. No, none of that happened. I don't know why you would make up such ridiculous, outlandish stories. It's not even somewhat believable. The principal made you take Zumba classes after school that your family had to pay for, and your family's like, okay. Yep, that's what I would do if the principal of my daughter's school came to me and was like, you have to put your daughter in Zumba and you have to pay for it. I'd be like, dude, shut the fuck up. Get away from me. None of this happened. None of this happened at all. And then the principal came to Thanksgiving and slapped a turkey leg out of my hand. Like, no, sorry. Am I the only one that's finding this absolutely unbelievable? Not even the slightest bit believable. Some people aren't any good at lying, but they keep on doing it. How about that? It might have been somewhat believable until we got to the Zumba classes. Like, dude, stop.
And even buying me a gym membership before I even got my first period.
Uh-huh. That's what principals do. They get personally involved in the lives of one single student. A principal getting this personally involved in a student's life would set off all sorts of red flags for me. I wouldn't say that the principal was fat-phobic. I would say that he is trying to get way too close to a student. I
mean that in the sense that when I was a theater kid in high school, my one safe space that I had, I went on an incredibly restrictive diet.
Okay.
And I remember the theater director telling me how proud he was of me for doing that.
Okay, so you went on some kind of diet, you had some kind of results, and the theater director was like, hey, good job. And now you're about to break out in tears about this or something. Did the theater director know that you were engaging in unhealthy activities to lose weight, or?
And I mean that in the sense that during the pandemic, when I was in the thick of my eating disorder.
Okay, so now we see that they say the period where they were doing all that unhealthy dieting and whatnot was just a couple years ago. So I guess they gained all this weight between now and then, or they were one of those people with the restrictive ED that was simultaneously obese. That's all the rage these days.
And had just got diagnosed with PCOS and Hashimoto's, which, if not for fat phobia, could have been diagnosed about a decade prior.
Right. Damn that fat phobia. I love how they're always lamenting fat phobia and saying that it prevents them from getting a proper diagnosis, but never taking into account the fact that being obese exacerbates and causes certain medical conditions. I would have known about this PCOS earlier if it wasn't for all this fat phobia. Well, a lot of studies suggest that PCOS is greatly exacerbated by obesity and in some cases caused by it.
I went to the best endocrinologist in Buffalo, only for him to tell me, have you tried eating less and moving more?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, no matter which school any of these doctors go to, they all have the same recommendation. It's almost like there might be something to this whole not being obese thing. So if the best endocrinologist in Buffalo tells you to eat less and move more, are we now saying that he's not the best endocrinologist in Buffalo? Yeah, dude, this dude was more qualified than anybody on the entire planet. Told me to eat less and move more. What an idiot. Or maybe eat less and move more was valid. The most intelligent person in this field told me the thing that I do not want to hear. Therefore, he's an idiot.
After I told him about my poor relationship with movement and my eating disorder.
Alright, well, I guess he didn't really believe you, huh? And I'm not saying that I do or don't. That's not my place. I'm just here to make bad jokes.
So I say all of this because, whether overtly or covertly, every single move that I have made in my 24 years on this planet has been dictated by the resistance to my own body.
It's funny that you mean that in the way that you're resisting your body by not accepting it or whatever, but it actually means that you're resisting your body by fighting against it and not helping it be healthy.
Every single diet I've been on, every single supplement I've tried, holistic measure, every single eat less, move more, all of it. No matter what, my body has come back to homeostasis.
Right, it's so bizarre to me that everybody keeps saying I tried this, and this, and my body keeps coming back to this shape. Therefore, all diets are stupid. That does not prove that all diets are stupid. It proves that you have not tried a diet that you can stick to and is healthy for your body. That doesn't prove that all diets are stupid. Your diet is just the food that you eat. So in that regard, we're all on a diet. A lot of people have this wrong idea that I will go on a diet for this amount of time, lose the weight, and then I'll just go back to eating like normal. But if you're eating the way that you were eating previously, then you will have your previous physique. Obviously, I mean, that just makes good sense.
As being a fat person. And I have never felt more called than I do right in this very moment to dedicating my life to living while fat.
Really? Well, that's unfortunate because a lot of people within the fat acceptance movement have recently passed.
Because if I've spent the first 20-something years of my life being told that I will never get to live a full, long, happy life as a fat person, and I've made it this far, then I will be damned if I don't change that narrative for myself.
What are the odds that you're going to make it another 20 years? We see people dropping at 30, at 40. If you dedicate your life to living while fat, it's highly likely that you won't make it another 20 years. Not to be a jerk. Some people that dedicated their lives to living while fat, but have recently passed, are Jamie Lopez, Kat Paws, Adrian Bennett, Brittany from Sick and Tired of Waiting, Gina Krasley, Aiden Ohanian, Catherine Oakson, Jazin Sengiz, Waffler69, Jennifer Gwen Ann, Life by Jen, Stein Grieve, Ann Zamberlin, Sarah Harry, the author of Fat Yoga. All of those people passed away prematurely due to their obesity and the various medical conditions related to it. Whatever fat phobia that they experienced in their life surely did suck, but that is not what caused them to stop living. In fact, if they had listened to some people's criticisms, perhaps they would still be here. And no, I'm not saying it's okay to go around dunking on people for their weight or saying that we should make fun of people because of their weight.
Because guess what? It's never been about health. It's never been about the concern.
Are you sure? Because I just listed a lot of people that passed recently, so I think it is about health, and I think that people are concerned for a very valid reason. Passing away at the age of 30 is not a good life, dude.
It's never been about the life. It's never been about the family. It's never been about any of that. Because if it was, we would not be prescribing fat people unfettered eating disorders.
We're not prescribing anybody EDs. It's funny when people within the fat acceptance community say that they're being prescribed EDs when their doctor tells them to lose weight. Binge is also considered an ED.
We would not be saying that providing clothes for fat people would just be encouraging them to live unhealthy lifestyles. It would not be making so many facets of our society inaccessible to the fattest of us.
Nobody made anything inaccessible to you. You made yourself inaccessible to it. That's such a bizarre stance. All of the entire world already existed. You just got here 20 years ago and you're like, what? I don't fit into any of this crap. You guys didn't make this for me. Like, what? Of course they didn't make it for you. You just got here and nobody was that size back in the past. God, the narcissism. This fat-phobic society wasn't created for me. Bro, you just got here, okay? And that should tell you something. I show up to Alaska with my sandals and my swimming shorts on, and I'm like, what the hell? It's cold up here. Somebody needs to do something about this. This is nonsense. I go to Japan as somebody that's like 6'7" tall, and I'm like, what the hell? I can't fit into anything around here. You guys need to reshape this whole society.
As if they aren't human. I feel...
Wait, hold on. Let's rewind on the craziness.
Inaccessible to the fattest of us, as if they aren't human.
Okay, so society is inaccessible to you because somebody took it away from you because they think that you're not human. That's the most bizarre statement I've ever heard in my life. You made society inaccessible to yourself, so you must not think that you're human. I guess. I don't know. Nobody did anything to you. You did this to you.
I feel as though I'm on the precipice of finally discovering why it is that I'm here.
That was such a waste of a good word. Precipice.
Because I cannot imagine going another day, not spending every moment that I can, as soon as I can, crossing items off of my bucket list, wearing clothes that my body feels comfortable and safe and celebrated in.
Safe and celebrated in. Yeah, me too, man. When I go to the store, I'm like, hey, is this shirt gonna make me feel safe and celebrated? And then after the store associate stops laughing, I have to lower my head and just walk out in shame. Like, God damn it. Man, this is a pretty nice shirt, but is it gonna make me feel safe and celebrated in? Oh, you like that one? Yeah, that is a pretty nice shirt. A light blue, 100% cotton. Is it gonna make you feel safe and celebrated in? What? Yeah, one of the requirements when I'm buying clothes is that they make me feel not only safe, but celebrated. Dude, what? I don't know, man. I just work here, okay? It's cotton, all right? It's cotton, 100% cotton. I don't know what any of those words mean, dude. Safe and celebrated? How come I don't get to feel celebrated? Nobody ever celebrates me. Hate this stupid planet. I want to feel safe and celebrated. Celebrated? What? Why? Is this your birthday party? All of our lives are just your birthday party and we're all just here waiting to jump out from behind the couch and say surprise? Like, I don't understand. Am I missing out on good things in life by being so goddamn cynical? I don't think so.
Showing up imperfectly, because all I've ever known is chasing never existing perfectionism.
Oh yeah? Just 2 years ago, you were doing that. And in that very short time from then till now, you have completely changed. Okay, so this person says that they previously had an ED. They did not specify what kind, but they're acting like it was a restrictive one because when they told their doctor that, their doctor was like, okay, go ahead and keep losing weight then. And then they were like, oh, how could you prescribe me EDs? So I think we've got another person that has a restrictive ED while being obese. They said it was only a couple years ago that they were engaging in those behaviors. So I guess you quickly recovered from that restrictive ED.
All I've ever known is chasing never existing perfectionism from dieting.
I'm done pursuing unicycling, which I never actually started pursuing.
I cannot imagine living the one precious life that I have been gifted and wasting it.
That's ironic. You can't imagine wasting the one precious life that you've been given So therefore, you're going to join fat acceptance and do a bunch of unhealthy stuff that's likely going to shorten that one life that you've been gifted. Okay?
From this day, this medium that I have here is dedicated to this. If
All right, good to know. I will be back.
you've made it to this point of the video and you are fat, you need to know that your life is worth living.
What if I'm not fat? My life is not worth living. What the heck?
Exactly as you are right now.
Okay, what if I'm addicted to heroin? Should I not pursue sobriety?
And if you're sitting here scared of what life might look like on the other side of dieting and restriction and terror and fear of your own fat body, stick around. I'll show you what it looks like.
And then the next scene is just her in a coffin. And it's like, playing that funeral music. I'm sorry. Okay, so that was completely insane. I guess that person's been fat-shamed by their principal, their doctor, and now they've dedicated their entire life to fat liberation. Life is so short that I'm gonna dedicate my entire life to complaining about fat acceptance issues. It's good to see that you're dedicating yourself to a higher cause. No, obviously I think that's all a waste of time. Next.
If you're fat, say this with me.
Okay. For the purpose of this demonstration, I am fat.
The voice that tells me
The voice that tells me
to fear my body
to fear my body
is not my own.
is not my own. All right, I knew some of these voices weren't my own. I knew it. Thank you for confirming. What about the voice that tells me to harm others? Is that one my own?
Thank you for protecting me.
What? Okay, you said the voice that tells me to fear my body is not my own. And then you said, thank you for protecting me. We're having a real love-hate relationship with these voices in our head, huh? We just can't decide if we like it or not.
Thank you for protecting me.
Okay, you told me I couldn't do it a minute ago, but thanks for that, I guess.
I am safe now.
I am safe now. Thank you. Voices that tell me that I'm not good enough. Thank you for protecting me. I am safe now. What? I can't do that. They'll think that I'm crazy. What have the voices been telling you? It's always negative things for me, and it's always violent. Okay, so that was weird. That was a little bit of those like affirmations or whatever, like I'm good enough, I'm strong enough, and gosh darn it, people like me. That's a very, very old reference right there. Affirmations with Stuart Smalley. I have 2 more of those style of video from this person where she's like speaking affirmations into the camera. Those are my favorite.
Your outfit is everything. Where?
Okay. This is not a fashion critiquing channel. But yeah.
You headed off to, girl. I'm going to the library.
Girl, girl, okay, so you said that you're going to the library like this. You don't think that outfit is a little loud for the library? Do-do-do.
Might pick up gas on the way home. Look me in the eye and tell me what is the point of saving our best pieces for a day that might not even come.
Okay, this is one of our best pieces. Those of you that are fashionistas or fashionistas or whatever, perhaps you could help me out here. Is this doing it? Is this it? Would any of you ever wear these combination of things?
Literally, the only moment we are guaranteed is the exact one that we're standing in right now.
Okay, I can somewhat get on board with your rationale here, right? You never know which moment is going to be your last, so you may as well live it up now. If you're going to go to the library, you may as well put on whatever that is and then go, right? I mean, you only got one life. Let's go scare a bunch of people. I feel like I'm being mean by talking about an outfit. That's not mean, right? That's something that we're allowed to critique, right?
So I'm gonna wear the blue eyeshadow, I'm gonna wear the beret, I'm gonna wear the funky sweater, and I'm gonna go serve academia.
And you're gonna go serve C-word academia. Okay, so you're gonna go act pretentious at the library wearing your little outfit there. Okay. She said academia. What does that mean? When people are trying to study at the library, you just walk up to them and you're like, that's not how you study, stupid. You gotta read harder. And then you put the book right up to your face. I don't know what that means, other than being annoying at the library while wearing a lot of bright colors. Next.
If you're fat and are afraid of feeling hungry,
I am fat and I'm afraid of feeling hungry.
say this with me. Eating is a normal bodily function.
But you said if I was afraid of feeling hungry.
I do not need to feel afraid.
I do not need to feel afraid of eating.
Of that which keeps me alive.
I'm not sure why these affirmations are for somebody living in a larger body, because I think that they have probably been eating, right? Like you're encouraging people to do the thing that they're already doing. For all the smokers out there, keep smoking, okay? You don't need to be afraid of that which fills your lungs with nicotine-y goodness, okay? I think you might be aiming this speech at the wrong group. Okay, so that was crazy. This person claims to have been fat-shamed by their principal, their doctor. Everybody in the entire school was fat-shaming this person. Personally, I don't buy any of those stories. The doctor told you to lose weight, otherwise you'll end up like your dead dad. Right after he died, that's what the doctor said to you. I refuse to believe that anybody is that horrible. The principal forced you to take Zumba classes outside of school and have your family pay for them. Your mom's just like, well, what do you want me to do? The principal's part of this family, sweetheart. I mean, I have to do what he says. None of that makes any sense, and it likely didn't happen. I very much enjoy the positive body affirmations that we watched at the end there. If you're fat, say this with me. That's my affirmation, just to keep things silly. So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Leave a comment below. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.